All right, y'all, kicking it with KJ, sitting outside of In-N-Out Burger. Matthew Smith, tattoo, right? And I will let him give the big formal introduction. As you know, KJ is a big tattoo guy. I have lots of tattoos.
None by me yet.
None by you yet. And I don't have the body like him to have them. Yeah, introduce yourself to the...
My name's Matt. I've been tattooing for 20 years, and it's just doing a little interview here to get to know each other and hopefully have some good future benefits from this.
Some benefits and some conversation, right? So let's just be real, right? Tattoos are cool. The tough guys with the tattoos.
Good tattoos are cool.
Good tattoos, right? But it's also a form of expression.
Yeah.
Right? And so, you know, what I would ask this is, right, you know, so I remember when I got my first tattoo, and it looks like an R, James. You can't see it now.
Yeah.
Right? And my name's Kevin. I'm like, no, it's a K.
Okay.
Right. But the first tattoos, like if you gave any advice as a tattoo expert, right? Especially like, you know, I'm an Air Force, former Air Force guy, retired, and airmen, military, come on, you know, they love tattoos. I think I even saw a tattoo you did a couple years ago of a command sergeant major, rank ascendant with the American flag that looks like it was coming out of the skin.
Yeah.
What is your advice for the folks that said, you know, first tattoo, really think hard, because I'm saying I got some cover-ups.
Yeah, I mean, make sure it's clean. That's my first best advice, because even if you get a crappy tattoo, it's a good conversation down the road. So, I mean, I can't really say don't get it, because some people get old, crappy tattoos and they still love them. They come into the shop and I'm like, you want me to fix that up? They're like, no, don't touch it. So I'm not really one to advise on what to get. Just make sure that, you know, it's clean and reputable.
How long have you been tattooing?
About 20 years, 20 plus years.
20 plus years, right? So let's take a trip down memory lane.
Okay.
As far back as you can go, right? Like, what do you think motivated you to start doing the ink?
Well, I've always been able to draw fairly well, not the best, not the worst, but I saw people with some really bad tattoos. And I felt like I could do better, especially when they told me what they paid for them. And 20 years ago, it was all, you know, if they paid $60 for something like this, that was a lot of money 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, man, you haven't even answered the question. So what motivated you? Like, you saw money. Okay, straight up, right? Money, right? And it's if you were blessed with the talent.
Well, money and the challenge. It's a challenge too, because I had to do better, and I felt like I could do better and go after the money as well.
Okay, so it's a little bit of community service too, it sounds like to me. I have a talent, I want to make money, I see people getting crappy products, services, ink, and I can do better.
My goal is always to get better every day.
Okay.
I step outside of my comfort zone as much as I possibly can, and I challenge myself when it's a little bit stressful, but then you gain confidence after that, which makes everything else you do very easy.
So not just ink, right? So that's funny. I try to tie concepts in together, right? So I'm a leadership guy, right? And you talked about confidence and repetition and a why and a drive, right? Have you ever led folks or?
Not formally, no.
No, not formally?
I attract some people just naturally, but no, I don't. I've never formally been a leader.
No. I think you probably do, though, more than you realize, because
I'm a leader in the shop, but I don't have the title.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what would you say is some of the best stories? Because I know when I first started getting tattooed, right? Like, your tattoo artist is almost like your therapist.
Yeah.
Right? And I know you are looking to make some moves. Right? And you're talking about some therapies and stuff like that. And I think people get ink for therapy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully someone gets it for it to mean something to them.
Sometimes.
Right? So how do you approach that? You know, when you start becoming that person's therapist, and I know you have to have some regulars, some loyal customers who always come back to you, right? So without divulging a name, right? What's your favorite story, or what's your favorite background, or how do you handle the ones that are the uncomfortable conversations?
I try to handle them with kid gloves, because you can't offend them to the point to where they don't want to get the tattoo. But you also have to convey to them that it's not a good idea sometimes.
Okay.
Or at least try to. Sometimes they'll bring you a picture or an idea, and you know, sometimes it's almost impossible to translate it into a tattoo.
Got it.
Like wind or air, you know, unless you like write that out, or you actually have some other, like a windmill blowing or some other artifact, then you can't really represent certain things. So sometimes people give you things that are not only challenging, but
it's kind of impossible.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
exactly.
Really?
Unless you have like a big whole scene where you can depict trees blowing or something like that.
Right.
It's hard to get wind. So, I have many crazy stories.
Oh, you might as well share one. What's one that you think?
Okay, the craziest one is this lady. She was probably about 80 years old, and she came into the tattoo shop, and I remember she had like a blue dress on with white long johns on underneath, and she wanted a tattoo. And we have salesmen help her out and stuff. And I know I'm getting the tattoo, and she wants 3 little bird silhouettes flying out of her ass crack. Like right above,
Wow.
So it was interesting. Sorry for the ass crack.
No, ass crack is
All
good.
Right, ass crack is good.
It's good.
I end up getting the tattoo, and I tell her, I'm like, it's gonna look like birds are flying out of her ass, right? She's like, it's okay, I want it. I'm like, all right, she's down, right? So I'm in a window in a casino, where I tattoo right now.
Okay.
And mind you, I told you what she was wearing, so I tell her she has to expose the area. Well, she was not bashful. She pulled her skirt up, the bottom of her dress up, pulled her underwear down, pulled her dress right back up. So she was from about here down, she was like
all the goods
90-year-old butt naked in the window of a casino.
So how do you handle that? You just there you go.
Yeah, that's how I do it, right? So I just put the stencil on her, and I tattoo her and whatnot, and I try to make conversation, but it's kind of hard because her head is down in the cushion.
Okay.
But I talked to her a little bit, and I'm asking her about any other tattoos. She's like, "Oh, I have another tattoo." I was like, "Okay." And when we're done, the tattoo takes 5 minutes. It's little bird silhouettes.
Yeah. Okay.
She gets up and shows me her other tattoo, which was a bumblebee right in the front by her vagina.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't really put 2 and 2 together, but it was birds in the back and bees in the front. It's the birds and the bees, right? So I think that's why she got it. She never divulged that.
Oh.
So that was interesting. I actually have a picture of that, and it was.
Do you?
Yeah, it was buried. Yeah.
It's not on your Instagram though.
No.
I was going through your Instagram.
Yeah, I can't put that on there. That's kind of rude to her. Actually, I think I did post it back in the day, and there was a plethora of different comments being made, and I was accused of being an asshole, kind of for. I never said anything bad, I just posted the tattoo. I thought it was comical. It was what it was. But some other people had some things to say, and then some other people had some things to say, so I kind of just got rid of it,
Oh wow! Well, everybody's got something to say about something. No matter what you do, someone out there is like, oh, you're, whatever. You know what I mean? So you might as well just be you, which you clearly are, right? And you're doing good. So, if does it hurt?
Not at all.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
I was telling someone that I was talking about getting tattooed, and so my threshold is about 2.5 hours.
That's perfect.
2.5 hours is about the time where I'm ready to tap out, and I have a piece on my back that my cousin did, and it was like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I thought I was like the Walking Dead zombie, right? So what would you say was your toughest piece that you had done on you?
That was 7.5 hours straight.
Oh wow! Okay, so what inspired this one? Is it Soviet Russian? I'm just because I don't know. I'm seeing the towers.
No, that's like a castle and a devil. It needs a little bit of a touch up right here. It healed a little bit rough, but the owner of the shop had this piece of art that he was willing to just bless somebody with, and I volunteered, and he said, "Yeah, I'll give it to you." I was like, "All right, beautiful."
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so he tattooed it on me, and we were in his shop, and he was kind of a stickler about some rules because after 4 or 5 hours, I was kind of going through it, and I was like, I'm gonna go take a shot or something, drink something to numb it down a little bit. He's like, no, you can't drink in here. I was like, dude. So I had to sit there for like 7.5 hours.
You can't drink.
He was being a dick. Yeah, he was like, I think he was testing me to see if I would quit, but I'm not gonna quit.
Well, no, I wouldn't.
No, it was just the scenario. I couldn't quit.
I will share this with one of my pieces, and this is for y'all to pay attention. It worked for me. So I have a dragon that starts from here, goes across the ribs, and ends down here. It took 13 months, only because I can only do 2.5 hour increments, right? The rib part, and this is a secret for y'all, I did it at a convention where everybody was watching me. I was forced to man up.
Yeah.
It hurt like hell. But the nonverbals, and the tattoo conventions, if any ever been there, there was Hell's Angels there, bikers.
You cannot be a bitch, dude.
Right, and my tattoo artist, Jen Leonardi Tattoo in California, she was like, "Are you okay?" And it was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah.
I tell folks, so how do you describe the pain of a tattoo? I tell them it's like a real bad burn, like if I picked up a cookie sheet in the oven.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I tell them like it's a bad sunburn and somebody's scratching you continuously.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you do to, like, within the first 2 hours of a tattoo, right? So I've heard different approaches and different theories and legends and stuff like that. What do you do? Because I've been advised to keep it wrapped so the moisture stays in there, and then immediately go home and take a hot shower and let the hot water run over it.
Yeah, that's not a bad direction. But now, well, it depends on the tattoo. It depends on the location. It depends on, you know, how big it is. But they have some good stuff now. Like, it's an adhesive bandage all on its own. So if you really prep the skin real nicely, and then you can place this bandage on there, it remains sealed. So
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Not the old saran, like that.
Well,
old
if it's a big piece or it's on a joint, then I'll saran wrap it.
Got it.
But if it's something like right here, or even right here, or just in a nice flat spot, we can put a bandage on it. You can leave that bandage on for 24 to 48 hours as long as it's doing its job. Then when you take it off, the healing process has already somewhat begun. You still got to wash it and stuff, but it's already got a head start on the healing game.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many folks do you know that one was enough?
Oh man, I don't know, man, because I'm not sure if they ever came back that I know of.
Really?
You know? Well, I mean, okay, so I had a guy come in not too long ago, and his wife was getting a tattoo, and we're talking to him because we heard he wanted a tattoo. So myself and the tattoo salesman, we call him, consultant, whatever, we're talking to him, and he's describing this tattoo that he wants. He wants a family tree that starts at his hip area, goes up his rib cage, onto the front, and onto his back.
Okay.
I was like, "You want to do it all at once?" He's like, "Yeah." Dude, that's a lot of tattoo right there. He's like, "Oh, I know, I'm tough." I'm like, "Do you have any tattoos at all?" He says, "Nope." And the whole shop just started laughing.
The ribs, right?
Yeah, whole thing. He wanted the whole thing.
Oh,
done. That's like 8 hours.
Hip kills me too.
So the whole shop started laughing, and I think he got like a case of the, I don't care what you tell me, I can do it. Itis.
That reminds me of Master Ink.
Yeah, he did not fare too well.
Did he finish?
No.
I didn't think so.
Not even close, bro.
8 hours on the ribs and hips. No.
But then I have another story. There was a guy from Scotland. I got a text because nobody wanted to do this tattoo. It was difficult. So I get a text at home. "Hey, you have an appointment Saturday for this tattoo." It was a Scottish football team. It was a logo for their football team and their flag on the ribs, all colored. So it's about this big on this guy's ribs, all full color. He was an animal. It was his only tattoo, and he sat there 7 hours for the whole thing. Not a flint. I'm like, I would have lost everything I have right now betting against you. Everything. He's like, "Why?"
Oh, this guy's related to Braveheart.
That's what I said. I'm like, it's no wonder you get to wear a skirt, dude, because nobody's gonna tell you anything.
Those are the dudes you hope you don't run into in a bar fight.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, you can't stop them, dude. But that was probably my most memorable success story, to be honest with you. It was the whole shop was amazed.
Okay.
Amazed. Yeah.
I like that. So, a couple final things, right, that I want to talk about. All right, and I don't know if they're called genres or like, okay, you have the different styles of tattoos.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what is your specialty? Because so Jerry Smith told me about you.
Yeah.
Right? And you know my friend Dave Curley too. Yeah. You've met him. And they're all ink guys.
Yeah.
And I have never seen up close a better three-dimensional looking tattoo than I've seen what you've done.
I appreciate that.
I just haven't, right? As a matter of fact, Jerry didn't show me his Golden Knights tattoo. I saw it and I was like, "That's incredible, dude." And he was like, "Yeah, my tattoo guy." And then next thing you know, right, here we are, right? So what is your style? What's your specialty? Right?
Black and gray, high contrast, realistic. 3-dimensional. I like dimension too, and trying to wrap your head around trying to take a one-dimensional logo and make it 3D and not lose the logo too is kind of a challenge. But just a real dark background and a real bright foreground. It just adds a lot of depth to it. Okay. That's what I really like.
Yeah. But hey, I'm gonna tell you straight up, this is no bullshit. I don't bullshit people. I don't. Like, I'm too old. And
you don't look that old.
I'm old, right? I'll share something with you after we turn the camera off, right? seriously, if you want like that realism or that three-dimensional look, he's gonna share his Instagram. You gotta check out that 3D Golden Knights logo you did.
There's a couple of them.
There's a ton. Man, it is fun. I mean, it really looks like it is underneath his skin. It's incredible, right? So how can people find you if you want to be found, if you wanted business from the listeners? Like, the floor is yours now.
I would suggest maybe if you're interested in a tattoo, giving my Instagram a look and going through there and see if it's something you might want that I could do. And if you like it, then feel free to DM me on there. It's a Matt Smith Tattoo. No S at the end. There's another guy with an S at the end. He lives in California. Again, it's Matt Smith Tattoo, all one word.
Right. And if you can't find it, hit me up.
Yeah.
Right in the comment section, and I'll connect you. As a matter of fact, the all your information will be on there.
Beautiful.
Right. Any last words?
No, man.
No.
Get tattooed, man. It's fun. It doesn't hurt at all.
Well,